Welcome to the first Households of Faith study. I'm so glad that you've decided to join us for this 10-part journey as we look at what is a spiritually vibrant household. I'm sitting outside of my house and I want to ask you, what do you think is what makes a house spiritually vibrant? It's pretty clear that the Bible says that we as household members are supposed to be intentional about the way that we live. Proverbs 22 says, "Train a child up in the way that he should go, and when he's old, he'll not turn from it." And in the book of Deuteronomy, not only do we hear the commandments of the Lord, but we hear this as well. "Teach them to your children and speak of them as you sit in your house, as you walk along the road, as you lie down, and as you get up." In other words, in every moment, teach. In every moment, be intentional about the way that you live. And in the small catechism, we hear this for parents. "Fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord." So why this? Why Households of Faith? There are many books. You could probably spend a lifetime reading all the books there are about parenting and about how to live as a spiritually vibrant house. But I want to look at this. We want to look at this particular study because it's based in research. Barna Group, partnering with Lutheran Hour Ministries, has done this study on thousands of households. And so the next weeks, we're going to look at what they've come away with, what they've learned. And the best part probably for all of this is that it doesn't just pertain to families. To have a spiritually vibrant household is much more than just how to parent or just how to raise your children. It's how do we live life together in a community, under a roof together as Christians. And so why this way? Why not just do a Bible study for 5 weeks or 6 weeks? We recognize that you're busy and that there's a lot of stuff going on in your life. And so we wanted to give you something that you could take 5, 10 little chunks, 5, 6, 7, 8-minute videos that you could watch at your convenience and that you could watch with other people. And it's still the pandemic, and so we're still not able to gather together fully to the ways in which we want. And so we wanted to give you something that you could watch with a group wherever, whenever you choose. And so this is how it's going to look. Each time we gather, we'll review what we've gone over before. We'll introduce a new teaching to you. And we'll end with a few discussion questions, a take-home point, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do. And so over the next 5 weeks, there'll be a new video for you to watch on Tuesday and Thursday. And we'll keep them all in a playlist so that you can go back and watch them, or if you miss one, you can go back and watch it again. So here are my discussion questions for today, to get us into the flow, to get us going into how we'll do this. What do you hope to learn or take away from this study? What do you hope to learn and take away from learning about households and what makes a spiritually vibrant household? Second, who or where or from what have you learned your spiritual life? Who has been a mentor for you, whether that be for your personal life or even how you manage your household today? Our take-home point for today comes from Lutheran Hour themselves, the Vibrant Conversations deck. I'll put a link below in the description of the video for you. It's a card deck that has conversation starters on them. And as you'll hear later, spiritual conversations are an important part of a spiritually vibrant home. I want to take a second to thank Ms. Brenda Fett for putting together all of these take-home points. She's been wonderful, and I hope that you benefit from her applicable ways to put what we are studying into practice in your everyday life. Next time, We'll jump into what a household actually is. That's kind of a word we don't really use a lot. And so we'll spend a few minutes looking at what we usually think about as what is a household. And we'll look at what the Bible says what a household is. And we'll dive into the different ways in which God interacts and God works with households. We'll see you next time here on Households of Faith.